There is a moment in every profound transformation when the structure of your reality seems to buckle, when the very foundations of your life, your habits, relationships, and even your self-identity dissolve into unsettling chaos. This intense turbulence often mimics failure, leading you to believe you have regressed, fallen off track, or failed some critical cosmic test. We are conditioned to seek linear progress, to expect upgrades to feel smooth and incremental. But the universe operates in quantum leaps, and those leaps require a comprehensive energetic dismantling before the new, abundant reality can snap into place. You are not failing. You are undergoing a massive, high-frequency energetic reorganization. This feeling of being utterly overwhelmed, the sudden appearance of intense doubt, confusing setbacks, or emotional volatility, is precisely the signature of a quantum breakthrough in progress. Think of it as the ultimate pressure cooker. The old frequency cannot support the magnitude of the abundance you are calling in, and thus, it must be incinerated and rebuilt at the subatomic level. This script is designed to decode this complex spiritual process, showing you why the mess is mandatory and how to navigate this volatile period with unwavering trust rather than collapsing into fear. When the mind registers disorder, its immediate response is panic, driving you back to old, safe, restrictive patterns. But true expansion demands that you stay present in the discomfort, recognizing that every dissolved pattern creates a vacuum ready to be filled by a higher frequency manifestation. We are going to explore the precise mechanics of this breakdown, from the misinterpretation of defeat to the signs that confirm you are on the cusp of an unimaginable shift, providing you with the framework to translate chaos into concrete evidence of your imminent success. Before we dive deep into the energetics of chaos and alignment, tell us in the comments below what city you are tuning in from. Understanding this process requires patience and persistence, so commit right now to watching this entire script. By the end, you will possess the precise map needed to navigate your current internal storm and step powerfully into the breakthrough that is already scheduled for your highest timeline. Energetic reorganization is inherently disruptive because it involves the dissolution of dense, entrenched patterns that have long governed your reality. Imagine your current state as a structure built on a certain frequency. If you're calling in a reality that is 10 times higher in vibration, a true quantum leap, the existing energetic scaffolding simply cannot handle the load. The chaos you experience is the inevitable sound and fury of this old structure being energetically and vibrationally dismantled to accommodate the magnitude of the new alignment. The universe employs this process because attempting to layer a high-frequency outcome onto a low-frequency structure results in immediate collapse, much like trying to run advanced software on an ancient operating system. This energetic upgrade forces conflict. The new expansive energy streams in, highlighting and pushing against every misalignment you possess. This often manifests as heightened conflict in relationships, the sudden collapse of old career paths, or deep, uncomfortable emotional turbulence that feels completely destabilizing. What often appears as external failure is actually the universe efficiently clearing space. It is a necessary friction where the density of the past meets the velocity of the future. The energetic imprint of your limiting beliefs and outdated identity is being scrubbed clean, and that scrubbing process feels like a stripping away, leaving you feeling exposed and vulnerable. You are being asked to release the known comfortable misery in favor of an unknown magnificent possibility, and this transition zone is necessarily messy. To fully understand and navigate this powerful period of restructuring, you need continuous energetic support and deep insights into the mechanics of spiritual transformation. If you are experiencing this profound level of energetic dissolution and are ready to embrace the clarity that follows the storm, take a moment now to subscribe to this channel and activate the notification bell. Joining our community ensures you receive the guidance needed to translate chaos into undeniable evidence of your impending success, stabilizing your frequency during these critical moments of expansion. This chaotic period is essentially a detoxification process for the soul. Just as the body flushes out toxins during a cleanse, the mind and emotional body must purge the psychic debris of years. even lifetimes of limited thinking and suppressed emotion. This purging is not neat. It involves the resurfacing of old traumas, deep-seated insecurities, and the uncomfortable recognition of how your own resistance contributed to your stagnation. The energetic signature of a quantum breakthrough requires extreme purity of intent and alignment. Therefore, the chaos serves as an intense energetic purifier, ensuring that when the new reality manifests, it is built on a solid foundation of your highest truth, rather than the quicksand of residual fear. You are being tested on your commitment to the expansion, demonstrating whether you rely on the external world for validation or on the unwavering inner knowing of your sovereign creative power. Recognizing the necessity of this energetic friction is key to moving through it without succumbing to the narrative of failure. When you witness the chaos, do not resist the demolition. Instead, interpret it as the sound of construction on your future self. The higher the breakthrough, the more profound the preceding energetic upheaval must be, ensuring that the container you step into is robust enough to hold the vast abundance that is approaching your reality. This phase also strategically forces radical self-reliance. As external structures crumble, you are driven inward to locate your own center, the eye of the storm. This is where true sovereignty resides, the realization that your stability does not depend on the predictable nature of the external world, but on your ability to anchor your vibration regardless of the turbulence surrounding you. Embrace the disruption as a sign that your frequency is accelerating far past the speed of your current circumstances. The energetic gap between where you are and where you are going must be aggressively closed, and chaos is the swift, though uncomfortable method the universe employs to synchronize your internal state with the high vibrational outcomes already waiting for your recognition. The linear, analytical mind is perfectly designed to track predictable progress, but it is fundamentally incapable of interpreting non-linear quantum evolution. Because the mind operates based on past data and measurable results, any sudden departure from the known path, any loss of control or any step backward, which is often actually a necessary pivot, is automatically flagged and labeled with the most damaging word in its vocabulary: failure. This knee-jerk assessment triggers panic, causing individuals to prematurely halt the very process that is about to deliver their greatest breakthrough. This misinterpretation occurs because the ego demands control and predictability. When the universe initiates a quantum shift, it often pulls the rug out from under the systems you previously relied upon: your job, your primary relationship, or your financial security, not to punish you, but because those systems were built on the old, limiting frequency and cannot transition with you. The mind equating security with these external structures screams defeat when they disappear, completely missing the fact that these are necessary vacancies for far superior alignments. To shift your perspective, you must recognize that failure is simply data points, whereas quantum chaos is dynamic, transformative energy in motion. Failure implies an endpoint, a stoppage of flow. Chaos, however, is the violent speed of flow as it rips away outdated constraints. When you feel defeated, pause and ask yourself, is this truly an end? Or is this the universe forcefully clearing a blockage that I was too comfortable to release willingly? The deeper emotional resonance of this misinterpretation stems from societal conditioning that values effortless, smooth ascent. We rarely celebrate the messy middle, the painful process of unbecoming. But that middle is where the true alchemy happens. Shifting your perspective means reframing the turbulence not as punishment for inadequacy, but as the intense heat required for refining your core energetic metal into an unbreakable, high-frequency vessel, capable of containing immense abundance. Understanding the difference between setback and dissolution is crucial. A setback might mean a strategy didn't work, requiring minor adjustment. Dissolution, which precedes a quantum leap, means the entire strategy and the identity that created it must be eradicated. This feels like total collapse, yet it is merely the completion of a lower cycle, making room for the emergence of your next-level identity, which is ready to operate from a space of greater truth and power. The mind desperately tries to impose order on this energetic fluidity, which only intensifies the suffering. Your analytical self attempts to trace the chaos back to a single mistake, a perceived inadequacy or a past wrong action, seeking a logical culprit. This search for blame is futile because the current disruption is not corrective punishment. It is an accelerative force designed to slingshot you forward beyond the limitations of your current mental frameworks. This chaotic restructuring demands faith that transcends logic. You are being asked to trust that the unseen architect of your life, the universe, has a higher blueprint that far surpasses the limited vision held by your fear-based ego. The external mess is a test. Can you maintain the knowingness of your ultimate abundance even when all sensory evidence points to deficiency? Your breakthrough hinges on passing this test of perspective. By choosing to view turbulence as high-speed transformation, you neutralize the power of the failure narrative. When a synchronicity occurs amidst the turmoil, recognize it as a cosmic breadcrumb, confirming you are on the right path, despite the visible disorder. The signs are there. You just have to look beyond the immediate discomfort and recognize the energetic movement beneath the surface. Ultimately, the misinterpretation of chaos as failure is a vibrational dissonance. The high-frequency energy of the coming abundance is vibrating at a speed the old self cannot yet process, causing a dizzying, disorienting experience. Hold the faith that the dizziness is a sign of speed, not instability, and prepare your internal container to receive the clarity that inevitably follows this powerful period of energetic sorting. The moments we label breakdown are, in metaphysical truth, profound moments of vibrational recalibration. When external pressures become unbearable, the internal system is forced to address deep-seated energetic blockages that resistance had previously kept hidden. This process is intensely uncomfortable because it requires the complete dismantling of old familiar emotional and mental structures that have provided a sense of safety, even if that safety was fundamentally limiting. During this recalibration, your emotional body acts like a highly sensitive tuning fork. As the universe pours in higher frequency energy, any remaining low vibrational emotional residue, such as unresolved grief, lingering resentment, or self-limiting beliefs, is brought immediately to the surface for final release. This sudden surge of intense, often overwhelming emotion is not regression. It is the final energetic purge, ensuring that the vessel is clean and ready to attract a reality built purely on joy and expansion. The mental structure also undergoes a dramatic rearrangement. Thought patterns that were hardwired through years of repetition begin to fray and dissolve, often leading to temporary brain fog, confusion, or the feeling of losing your grip on reality. This mental chaos is evidence that your old narrative scripts, the stories you told yourself about what was possible or deserved, are being overwritten. The brain is literally creating new neural pathways to support the mindset of your next-level reality. Crucially, this recalibration involves the integration of your shadow self. The intensity of the breakdown moments forces you to confront the parts of yourself you have rejected or suppressed. This integration is essential for holding a higher frequency because true energetic wholeness demands radical self-acceptance. When you refuse to acknowledge parts of your totality, you create energetic leaks. The recalibration seals those leaks by forcing acceptance. How are you currently defining your current challenge? Are you viewing the pain as punishment, or are you embracing the intensity as necessary heat for transformation? Share your current major realization in the comments below, letting us know what energetic block you feel the universe is currently helping you dissolve. Your response may offer profound insight and support for others going through their own intense recalibration. Physically, recalibration often manifests as unexplained fatigue, shifts in sleep patterns, or temporary body aches and sensitivity. Your physical form is adjusting to holding a much brighter, faster vibrational charge. This is a real physiological process that should be honored with rest and deep self-care, recognizing that your body is working overtime to integrate the massive amount of energy flowing through your system to align you with the abundance you desire. This internal realignment is the ultimate act of surrender. You must willingly let go of the control you thought you had over the external outcome, trusting that the internal mechanism knows precisely how to rearrange itself to match the energetic blueprint of your highest destiny. When you stop fighting the dissolution, the process speeds up exponentially, replacing friction with flow. The new reality you are attracting requires a version of you that is vibrationally consistent with that abundance. If you are calling in massive wealth, you cannot hold the frequency of scarcity in your core beliefs. If you are calling in profound love, you cannot hold the frequency of unworthiness. The breakdown moments are the mechanism by which the universe surgically removes these vibrational inconsistencies, guaranteeing your future success by purifying your now. Recognize the intense emotional vulnerability as a sign of your openness to receiving. When you feel raw and exposed, it means the thick armor of the old defensive ego has been shed. This vulnerability is not weakness, it is the necessary transparency that allows pure, high-frequency energy to flow uninhibited through your being, setting the stage for the breakthrough to land gracefully. The conclusion of this deep recalibration is the establishment of a new, unwavering center of stability that operates independently of external conditions. You emerge from the breakdown feeling fundamentally different, possessing a quiet confidence that is rooted in the powerful realization that you survived the demolition and are now perfectly attuned to manifest the extraordinary life you were always meant to lead. While chaos dominates the emotional landscape before a quantum shift, there are unmistakable high vibrational signs confirming that the difficult process is nearing its culmination and that a breakthrough is imminent. One of the primary indicators is the sudden and overwhelming intensity of emotion. This isn't just everyday stress. This is the feeling of old emotional wounds being actively agitated, a clear sign that the energy has enough velocity to finally expel these deep-seated blockages from your system. A powerful sign is the exponential increase in synchronicities, often appearing right in the middle of intense turmoil. These are cosmic winks, perfectly timed encounters, seemingly random numbers or repeated messages that confirm you are structurally aligned with the flow of the universe, even if your immediate surroundings feel disordered. These synchronicities are the universe's way of reassuring you that the dismantling process is proceeding precisely according to your highest timeline. Sudden, piercing moments of clarity also punctuate the pre-shift chaos. You might find yourself in the midst of a mental fog, only to have a single, monumental realization flash through your mind, completely dissolving a long-held, limiting belief. This clarity often reveals the next, immediate step you must take, bypassing weeks or months of traditional mental processing, serving as a powerful energetic acceleration. Another profound indicator is the decisive collapse of outdated situations, relationships, or career paths. You might find contracts abruptly cancelled, connections suddenly severed, or avenues that once seemed viable now completely closed off. While initially painful, this is the universe performing emergency surgery, removing components of the old reality that would have tethered you to a lower frequency, ensuring you have nowhere to go but forward into the breakthrough. Physical energy shifts are highly common. Extreme lethargy often mixes unexpectedly with bursts of creative energy. This reflects the intense energetic consumption required for internal restructuring and the sudden influx of higher frequency energy as the final blocks are cleared. Honor both states. The exhaustion signals integration, and the energy signals the immediate approach of your new abundant reality. A significant psychological marker is the amplification of doubt and fear immediately preceding the breakthrough. This heightened resistance, which we will discuss further, is paradoxical, but it is a strong confirmation that the subconscious knows its reign of limited possibility is ending. The fiercer the internal resistance, the closer you are to successfully breaking free from the energetic prison of the past and claiming your expansion. You may also notice that your patience is non-existent for low vibrational environments or conversations. Things that you tolerated easily just months ago now feel excruciatingly grating. This is your refined, energetic signature asserting itself, refusing to engage with density. demanding environments that match the high frequency of the breakthrough reality you are actively co-creating. Pay attention to your dream state. Heightened, vivid, or prophetic dreams that carry a profound emotional charge are common during this stage. Your subconscious is actively processing and integrating the new reality blueprint, often providing you with symbolic maps and emotional context for the massive shift you are about to undergo, offering glimpses of the elevated future awaiting your arrival. Ultimately, the most reliable sign of an approaching quantum shift is a deep, unshakable inner knowing that everything is happening for you, even if it looks like it is happening to you. This quiet trust, which persists despite the external mess, confirms that your soul has already accepted the breakthrough, and the rest of your energetic system is simply catching up to that established truth. The period immediately preceding a quantum breakthrough is often characterized by the fiercest resistance, a paradoxical surge of confusion, fear, and self-sabotage that threatens to derail the entire process. This intensification is a critical function of the subconscious mind, which is designed primarily for survival and familiarity, not expansive growth. The subconscious views the imminent breakthrough, which represents a radical departure from the known self and the known life, as a life-threatening existential crisis. When you are on the precipice of expansion, your energy field is vibrating at its highest velocity, forcing the final, most deeply embedded limiting beliefs to surface. These beliefs are often subconscious survival programs installed years ago, and their sudden exposure results in a frantic last-ditch effort by the ego to maintain control and pull you back into the comfortable confines of stagnation. This is why highly positive energetic movement is often met with immediate, overwhelming internal chaos. This resistance often manifests as the final test of commitment from the universe. Just when you need faith the most, the universe allows doubt to amplify, challenging you to prove whether your desire for the abundant future is stronger than your attachment to the fearful past. If you retreat into fear, the expansion stalls. If you hold the line with trust, the breakthrough is guaranteed, as you have energetically demonstrated your readiness to operate at the higher frequency, regardless of internal discomfort. The closer you get to true alignment, the louder the voice of fear becomes, using sophisticated arguments and past evidence to convince you to abandon ship. If you are experiencing intense self-doubt, sudden relationship turmoil, or unexpected financial pressure right now, understand that these are likely shadows cast by the magnitude of the light approaching. Comment the word quantum below if this realization resonates with your current experience, acknowledging that this friction confirms you are almost there. This amplified resistance is also a sign that the old karmic loops are finalizing their discharge. Often, the breakthrough involves releasing deeply ingrained patterns of lack or trauma carried through ancestry or past lives. As these dense energies exit your field, they create tremendous psychic and emotional drag, feeling like a heavy weight or extreme confusion. This final clearing ensures that the new reality is completely free of the old vibrational debt. Do not mistake this internal conflict for a sign that you are moving in the wrong direction. Rather, interpret it as the energetic threshold guardian attempting to protect the gates of your next phase. You must walk through the fire of this heightened discomfort, recognizing that its intensity is directly proportional to the magnitude of the transformation awaiting you on the other side. The subconscious will also engage in sabotage by presenting alluring but ultimately distracting low-vibrational opportunities. These feel like convenient off-ramps back to the predictable past, tempting you away from the harder path of expansion. Recognizing these distractions as fear-driven attempts to avoid growth is crucial. They are simply familiar comfort, cloaked in the guise of temporary relief. To counteract this fierce resistance, radical self-compassion is required. Do not berate yourself for the fear or doubt. Acknowledge the inner child who feels unsafe during this period of high-speed change and consciously reassure that part of your being that the dismantling is benevolent and leading to a state of much greater safety and security. Ultimately, the final surge of resistance is a defining moment of spiritual maturity. By continuing to choose faith over fear, trust over turbulence, and expansion over familiarity, you prove to yourself and the universe that you are ready not just to receive the breakthrough, but to sustainably hold the high frequency of that abundant new reality. Moving through the intense chaos that precedes a quantum breakthrough requires strategic and intentional grounding techniques to maintain energetic stability. When the external world feels like it is spinning out of control, your focus must be relentlessly directed inward, anchoring your consciousness in the eternal quiet center of your being. The most powerful tool for this is intentional, deep breathwork. Focus on the breath as your energetic tether to the present moment. Utilize the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8, whenever panic or doubt begins to surge. This technique physically calms the nervous system, immediately shifting you out of the flight or fight response and allowing you to observe the chaos without becoming energetically entangled in its low vibrational drama. Your calm center becomes the eye of the storm. Perspective shifts are non-negotiable during this volatile period. Every setback, every moment of perceived failure must be immediately reframed as necessary purification. Instead of saying, "I failed," shift to, "This old pattern has been successfully dissolved." By consciously choosing empowering language, you signal to your subconscious that the chaos is a positive, accelerating force rather than a debilitating one. Grounding techniques that connect you physically to the earth are vital. Spend time barefoot outdoors, engage in repetitive stabilizing movements like walking or stretching, or use physical touch with grounding crystals. The physical world provides an anchor that balances the dizzying energy of high-frequency spiritual expansion, reminding your system that while great change is happening, you are fundamentally supported and safe. If you are finding profound value in this detailed roadmap for navigating your pre-breakthrough chaos and feel that this information is stabilizing your journey, please take a moment now to like this video. Your engagement helps us share this essential message of spiritual stability with others who are currently navigating their own intense periods of expansion. Practice radical acceptance of the discomfort. Fighting the chaos only prolongs it, creating resistance that drains your energy reserves. Instead, acknowledge the fear, the pain, or the confusion, and consciously choose to allow it to pass through you, treating the emotion as transient energetic weather rather than a permanent state of being. Acceptance is the fastest route to transcendence. Establish non-negotiable rituals of self-care and energetic hygiene. This includes protecting your energy field from external influences that drain or destabilize you. Limit exposure to negative news, avoid conversations that fuel doubt, and prioritize activities that genuinely nourish your soul, regardless of how pressing the external demands of the chaos seem to be. Trust must become your default operating system. This is not blind faith. It is an active choice based on the evidence that the universe has always delivered your highest good, even if the delivery method was unexpected or uncomfortable. Remind yourself constantly, the universe is restructuring my reality for massive abundance. I must not interfere with the process. Use visualization as a powerful tool for energetic presencing. Instead of focusing on the current mess, spend time deeply visualizing the feeling of your manifested breakthrough reality. By consistently holding the high frequency of the outcome, you accelerate the alignment process and reduce the power of the present turbulence to pull your vibration down. By consistently applying these grounding and reframing techniques, you convert the destructive energy of chaos into a constructive catalyst. You transform the feeling of being victimized by circumstances into the powerful realization that you are the conscious architect, calmly observing the final phase of energetic demolition before the grand construction of your abundant new life begins. The period of intense chaos you are experiencing is not a mark of failure. It is the absolute confirmation that your quantum breakthrough is not just coming, but that the energetic prerequisites are being violently fulfilled. You are witnessing the culmination of your conscious and subconscious work, forcing an aggressive alignment between your deepest desires and your current reality. This chaos is the final necessary sound of the universe clearing the runway for your arrival into unimaginable abundance. We have explored how the mind misinterprets necessary dissolution as defeat, and how this turbulence is actually the sound of your internal energetic architecture being upgraded to hold a higher, more powerful frequency. The intensity you feel is a measure of speed, not regression. Every sign, the synchronicities, the emotional intensity, and the resistance confirms you are standing precisely on the threshold of your greatest expansion. Remember that stability is not found in the external environment, but in your unwavering internal anchor, the consistent choice to trust the higher blueprint even when the vision is obscured by dust and debris. By reframing chaos as construction and applying intentional grounding techniques, you turn what feels like a breakdown into the definitive catalyst for your breakthrough. As you step forward, anchored in this profound new understanding, we invite you to reflect. What specific sign of quantum shift, synchronicities, sudden clarity, or external collapse are you experiencing most vividly right now? And what new reality are you preparing your container to receive? Share your thoughts below. If this script served as a vital map during your chaotic ascent, subscribe and activate notifications to ensure you receive continuous high-frequency guidance designed to support your journey to maximum abundance.